Well, hello there. How's it going, guys? We're going to be streaming a little bit of John Tiller's Vietnam squad battles. And of course, as the name suggests, we will be playing with the Australians, so this should be quite an interesting fight. Now, we're also getting some support. I'm not sure specifically what kind of support, but we can check right here. And it's going to be howitzers. So essentially, when we call the enemy, I'll show you guys kind of how that works. We're going to be trying to call in some howitzer fire to, of course, really put the hurt on them. So let's try and do that. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'd like to, you can actually move these units all together, but honestly, when I play this game, I really like to move things, little by little. And what we're going to do is we're trying to get to this point, but these Viet Cong have been spotted right in this area. So we're going to try to go through the rice paddies here. But before we get to the rice paddies, I'm just going to stay on the road. Now, just like any war, these roads could be booby-trapped, etc. There could be enemies waiting to, pounce on us. So we do want to be careful. This is not exactly what I would call the safest approach. But once we get into the rice paddies, I think we'll be fairly safe until we make it over here. And there's actually some wooded areas here. These are what I'm going for. Also, the villages provide a little bit of cover. So let's just try to make it across this open ground as quickly as we can. I'll show you guys the radio guy here in a second, but right now I'm really just trying to move my entire group. And we've also got some good old-fashioned APCs. These APCs have a beautiful 30 cal machine gun on them, so as soon as they spot the enemy, they'll be able to open up, and they'll kind of be our scout vehicles indirectly for the beginning of the battle. So here we go. I believe this battle is 23 turns long, 27 turns long, so this is a long one. Although there are much, much longer battles in this game. Not sure how he's going to do in the rice paddy, so I'm just going to kind of keep him here. And, hey, how you doing, Kaiser von Jakob von Werner? Good to see you, man. Oh, as good as can be expected. By the way, guys, this is our radio, so we want to keep him very safe. He's going to be the guy that can call in mortar strikes, which is all we have. We just have artillery. Well, actually, we have howitzers, a little stronger than just a basic mortar, but we don't have any air support. So let's make sure that we call this out properly. All right, I'm just going to get these guys on the road. So far, we have no contact. We do also have a point that is currently under our control. So I'm not sure if the VC are there waiting for us or if they've gotten tired of us and left. And look at that. We have a second radio operator here inside the APC. This is actually a perfect location for him. Hopefully, he'll be immune to most of the enemy rounds. And let's keep moving with the rest of these guys. Good Australian sections, 10 men in each, it looks like. Excluding, of course, these officers, which just them in the section. And we're almost done with turn one. So here we go. Let's see when we're actually going to make contact. Maybe it's going to take quite a while before we actually start exchanging fire with Charlie. Here we go. All right, they're already firing artillery off at us. That's not good. Wow, okay. They're just trying to kind of guess where we are. Luckily, it's nowhere close to us, but I see that we definitely have some VC here. We can actually see the mortars. So I'm going to try to get our APC closer and actually see if I can spot them. So we'll actually check if they're visible. They're not visible there. Still not visible. And we're probably going to have to get right over here where the town is on this road. Yeah, now we could actually try to take some shots, but I think we're probably out of movement points. Yeah, definitely. We're not going to be able to fire right now. Maybe this APC can fire. All right, not bad. We got a little bit of 30 cal fire off on target. I mean, I know it's not much, but at least we're showing the VC that we can fight back. And let's keep on advancing. Really trying to get these guys to those villages quickly, because the last thing we need is for the VC to take those locations, then we have to retake them, and that's just no fun. So actually, I'm going to avoid the rice paddies. and go across open ground. I know it seems crazy, but I think if we can get to those villages right over here where our APC is quickly, we're going to be better off staying in open ground and getting there quickly instead of staying back and just being hit by their mortars. So let's push. Get one of these guys in the rice paddies, but actually he doesn't have enough movement points to make it in there. Stay off the roads once we get fairly close, and then we'll just stick to the villages and the rest of the surroundings. Hope you guys are doing well. It's good to see a few people in here. It means you're staying inside, which is a good thing. Yeah, that's gonna be it for these guys, so we can get him up. And I do want to move this guy as well, but since we've got our radio spotter in here, I'm a little more cautious with him, you know? And I'm actually not sure if I can call in Artie from inside the vehicle. We might have to actually unload the vehicle, which makes things even more dangerous. But I'm almost certain we're going to have to unload the vehicle. These APCs it's kind of hard to see outside of them, you know? Pretty armored up. 20 men right there. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, let's end the turn. Let's see if the VC continue firing those mortars. They're firing directly on the victory point now, and they are firing at our men. No casualties. Nonetheless, I'm sure that scared the ever-loving hell out of them. Just had one killed or injured right there. And they're getting some very direct shots, man. So first casualty, first blood goes to the Viet Cong. Now they're hitting an officer. That's really concerning. He's taken cover. That's why you see the white underneath his unit icon. So I'm actually going to push him over here and let him get out of the way. The rest of the guys keep on pushing forward, especially these squads of 10 men. I think it's more important for us to just get close before they do major damage with those mortars. So let's keep going. Oh, I like this route. This would be a perfect place to put booby traps, right in the middle of that rice paddy. Now, let's see. Could we call in mortars now? Let's check, guys. We're going to see if we can actually call in some howitzers. So, oops, sorry. We've called, but I'm not sure we have, like, a great visual on these guys. So, this is a little risky. I'm just going to assume we have to unload. So let's unload, and we'll call another Artie strike, as a matter of fact. So let's also call in the 105mm howitzer, 2 105mm howitzers, and we'll try to just light these guys up with 30 cal rounds. See if we can't send them back a bit. At least make them reconsider trying to push across the river here. But the fact is, we're going to have to push across the river as well, so I kind of hope they try, and we can kind of knock down a few of them. Ooh! Alright, reactionary fire. So that might actually be RPGs. Could be an anti-tank gun even. But that's definitely reactionary fire. So I'm going to keep these guys. I think you guys can see like this clump of woods here. That's going to block the enemy's line of sight. So I'm going to try to keep our guys over here. If they're going to run up, they're going to stay on this side of the woods. So let's start bringing them over here. And that rifle dropped right there. One of our heavy machine gunners was killed or wounded. And of course dropped his weapon. There's no way he can get forward. Not enough movement points. Come on, lad. I thought for sure, 13. I thought for sure he would still be able to move. I guess not. Okay. And I really want to get this squad up, especially because I want somebody to be able to defend the mortar, and that officer. I mean, it's just a mortar and an officer there. Could even be of high rank, maybe a lieutenant or a captain. Let's take a look And losing them in just like a reckless VC attack because we don't have any guards would be ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So let's see what we got up here. It's going to be artillery FOO. Okay, so I don't know what rank that is, actually. Field operating officer, maybe? That's interesting. Maybe one of the military guys here that watches the channel can tell us. Because, you know, we've got, like, standard officers like Lieutenant Neal, for instance, here. We've got over here Lieutenant Williams. And this is, of course, Australian ranks, so I'm not sure what the FOO would be. Okay, let's end the turn. I guess, or forward operating observer, but I didn't know that was a rank. All right, they're firing. And actually, I think they're trying to hit, for sure they're trying to hit these APCs. And they're also continually firing over there at our officers. I'm amazed at the amount of firepower they have. All right, we're getting some return fire, so our boys have spotted them. But again, at this distance, I'm guessing like 400 meters, there's no way we're gonna get a kill. I mean, it can happen, but it's very unlikely. Okay, support is available. Now, this is where we get to have some fun if we can actually spot the enemy. So I'm gonna try to target them. That's where I'm gonna send my howitzer rounds. That's not too bad. That's a heavy, heavy round. But not too bad at all. I don't think we got any actual kills, but I still think that was pretty exciting. I'd like to do that again. So we might call in the rest of our howitzers for now, though. Just keep on firing with the 30 cal. And we won't really know with the fog of war whether we're getting hits or not until after. And the way to tell is once we get to this area, we'll see some dropped weapons. Assuming we got some hits. We may not have gotten any hits yet, honestly. All right, let's get the boys up. On your feet. Oh, they don't really want to get on their feet, do they? On your feet, boys. Come on. All right, let's run. So I'm trying to run over here to this wooded area. I think that's really going to have to be like our main firing line. But the problem is when you move through rice paddies or well, specifically through forest, it takes an entire turn to move through. With rice paddies, you can kind of make up for it, but many times the VC will have, you know, booby traps in these areas. So it's a little risky. And yes, I am moving over open ground, but got a lot of Australians on our side. And I'm hoping that we're far enough away that it's still pretty unlikely that we'll take casualties back here. All right. So I like this. We've got a little winged line approaching. These guys are all pretty much in formation here, and we're advancing to that location. I think this is looking all right. We're also going to be getting some additional artillery support next turn. So let's end it. And I'm actually going to call in some more artillery support, actually. Let's call some more. The artillery is hopefully going to save us this game. Oof. We just lost an officer. Just lost a lieutenant there. One of our casualties. Absolutely, for sure. So, of course, as we're making this mad dash for the trees, they do have an opportunity to do some damage. Man, that's bad news. Of course, we can still win the mission. It's kind of a pain. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. I really do appreciate it. I think this might be the least known game on my entire channel, and that's saying a lot. Here we go. Okay, so we've actually got 2 strikes available. Let's hope that these hit right on target. First shot completely missed. Second one did all right. I believe we've got another round to go. Let's do it. Yeah, that completely was off. Alright. Now, these boys are soon going to be in the woods. Nice and safe. The question is, can they spot the enemy from here? And yes, they can. They can spot the enemy from here for sure. Now, when you're at this distance, and we just pinned them, so that's awesome. When you're at this distance, you've got to look at your weapons, and each one is going to be different in its ability to fire at range. So, for instance, the M79, I think it's 3 tiles away. We're pretty much only going to be hitting them right now with the L1A1 and the M60, and it looks like this time we only fired the actual M60 at them, but scared them enough to pin them down, and the M60 is a heavy weapon. We may have gotten some casualties, but we won't know for a little bit. So let me stand up with these guys. I know it's crazy to stand up here, but we're rushing for that tree line. And from here, we can't actually see the enemy, so we are going to want to get a bit closer, especially since we've got a radio operator in that group. So if he can't see the enemy, he can't call in proper coordinates. We're really starting to get up to the battle line here. These villages provide a little bit of protection. I probably should have stayed in that one. But glory is in the battle, right? Not in hiding in a village. So we'll just continue. Here we go. And we don't want to get in the jungle, because if we do, that's going to take up an entire turn. And we're far enough away not to worry about taking shots at this distance. Let's get Lieutenant Miller up and start getting him closer to the front. I think he's hung back enough. Now, as for these guys, they're pinned, but typically, if the enemy can see you, you can see them. I'm just going to check here. So we can see the enemy, and I am going to return fire. Might as well. We're under fire here. We've got 18 men just stuck on the ground. So let's see if we can't get them to at least shoot at the enemy. Oh, return fire, man. They've got some RPGs. They're just slinging them at us every second. Remember, they're pinned. They're not completely shut down. Alright, let's end the turn. And they're starting to cross the river. This is what I was worried about. This means they're going to actually try to take the point, and I did not want this to happen. So we've got to get our boys up quickly, and we've got to be prepared for anything. They're going to try to charge across. Nice return fire, boys. Look at all that damage that our artillery has done to the surrounding area, to the farmlands of the people, but we haven't done really any damage to the enemy. So more support, guys, and this time I think I'll call it in closer to try and hit the guys crossing the river, let them know that that is a no-no. So let's go ahead and target the howitzer here. Oh, it was close. Okay, no, maybe it wasn't. That was close. I just want to get one shot on target. Just one shot on target. Let's see. Still got another round. We just hit a village. Nobody tell anybody about that. It was not our fault. This happens in war. And what we're going to do is just start firing at this guy crossing. It's a 30 cal machine gun. We should be able to at least pin them. Ooh, okay. That's frustrating. To move up a little bit and kind of expose ourselves a bit. Ooh. Man, those RPGs. You alright, boys? Yeah, they're good. And we've actually gotten to our point, so I feel a little safer. This is really the point we have to defend, and I'm just going to take a look here at the visual. We can actually spot the enemies there, so I'm going to keep these units here for this turn at the village and start opening fire on that position. That's a mortar position, so I really want to waste them. Yeah, a lot of things in the way for this unit, and I don't think we need to get that officer firing. He can just kind of pretend he's not there. Oh, yeah. He must be on a hilltop, because this guy right here is very visible. That sounded beautiful. Don't be shy, boys and girls. What matters in this mission is the mission, not the war crimes, says Kaiser von Jaco. Exactly. I mean, if it's accidental, does it still count as a war crime? I think so, yeah. Maybe not. There's some room for argument there. Oh, another. How many RPGs do they have, man? Like, seriously. And with our pinned unit, he can finally move out of the way, but he is disrupted. These guys have been beaten up, or demoralized, I should say. 10 men in the squad, they only lost 1, but they've been just shot at since the start of this battle. So they have, like, lost it, man. They're not with us anymore. They might come back later, but I'm just going to kind of keep them out of the fight for now. Give them some time to rest. The enemy will probably keep shooting at them, honestly. And you know what else I'm going to do? Call in another howitzer, because why not? Let's call in all of them. Ah, wait a minute. We've got to get that officer up. Now I see why we need this officer forward, because we've got another radio, a third radio down there with him. So I don't think this will be a very effective call. Let's see if they actually make it across the river or if they decide to stand and fight there. That is a possibility. And we're seeing more on the jungle, guys, over there on the left. That's a very bad sign. We're also seeing some in the rice paddies directly in front of us. They are bringing the fight to us, no doubt about it. One of our boys just got hit. Come on. Come on, boys. All right, we're going to have plenty of support. Let's let him have it. So that's going to be that guy. Oh, it's going to be really tough to even spot the enemy. I might just not fire my arty this turn until I get this officer closer. I think we'll still get an okay shot. It's just going to be very hit or miss. I hate to say that, but hit or miss, really. Oh, boy. Nasty shot there. We're okay. We just opened up with everything we had on this unit crossing the river and no casualties. Man, that's rough. Okay. These must be the most agile VC forces I've ever seen. So now we're actually firing the M79 grenade launcher at them, but still, they have not been hit. Now, I wonder if we can spot the enemy directly in front of us. I don't think we can. We can definitely spot them with this unit right here. About 20 men. Let's let him have it. No. Okay, we can't see them. So as you can see, we just kind of fired over there, which lets us know they are not in our line of sight. I just kind of assumed they would be. Let's see if they're in our line of sight over here. Nope. We're going to have to bring the officer up and this guy. We're going to have to charge that unit. We just can't have... Yeah, they just hit one of our boys. We cannot have a VC unit this close. Way too dangerous. So yeah, I'm making a madman's charge for that VC unit, but believe me, it's important. We might still have a shot, actually. Yeah, no good. So I think we'll have to push some units over here to deal with that unit. But man, he's tough. He is really tough. I'm actually going to save some of their shots just for reactionary fire in case we need it. In fact, the enemy, since they got a really good hit on this unit, they might just go ahead and decide to try and charge us. I don't think they will, but anything can happen. So let's end the turn. See how it goes. Hey, how's it going, Armand? Good to see you, bud. Hope everybody's staying safe. Oh man, they just got a massive, massive artillery hit on us. Another massive one. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. This might just be grenade attacks as well. Oh boy. They've got some serious hardware, guys. They just turned these guys into hamburger meat. Gotta put an end to this. We actually managed to kill one of them on the charge. I had to do it. Had to do it. He's got an SKS. He's got to have something better than that, for sure. I don't believe he just has an SKS. Unless he is actually an enemy artillery spotter, that would make sense. Call some more arty, and this is with our closer spotter. He can see a lot better than the other guys can. And I say we just keep filling this guy with lead, but we also have to move forward with these units. So let's get up there. There we go. Finally got a casualty on the enemy, and also pinned this unit. So we can hopefully make them regret ever trying to cross over here. And we're just going to light this thing up like a Christmas tree. It's pretty much where I think the enemy high command is. We're not seeing any officers yet, but I'm almost certain that the officers are in this building, or in this village. So we're just completely lighting them up. If we can see that other guy, I'll take shots at him. We can also see these guys over here in the tree line, so let me open up on them. Let them know that they're not sneaking up on anybody, and they actually are pinned, so nice shooting. And yes, for anybody wondering, we are playing as Australia. That's why we have arty and no air support, even though the arty is pretty reliable. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? And Tomato. Left column is for attacking casualties, and the right is for defending casualties. Yes, exactly. Tomato here actually was the one that got me into this game. So he knows a lot about it. He's quite a sort of master of this. I'm kind of just a bit of a noob. I was going to bring these guys in for this assault, but I think I'll just keep them here. Kind of watching and making sure that the enemy is pinned sufficiently, or at least make sure the enemy doesn't cross the river on any other tiles. And I'm really hoping for some artillery next turn. Okay. They were just firing away with these RPGs. So far, we've gotten lucky. We had one casualty. And they are going for the charge. VC going for the charge. It looks like they were not able to, but I wonder what weapon is that where they're getting 4 and 5 kills. That's just insane. What are they using? That's what I'm talking about there. That is just insane. Okay, we've got some support. I'm definitely not going to call it in there because we're going to end up blowing our own guys up. Let's see. Oh, so close. So close. We've certainly terrified the civilian population, but I'm not sure about how much damage we've done. All right, let's light these guys up. And we really have to deal with this situation. I am going to try a charge here. Although before I do the charge, let me fire with this vehicle. We just killed one of them. Yeah, there's definitely a squad here. Killed another. Pinned them. That 30 cal will do great work up close. And that's what it was, a satchel charge. Guys, they were throwing satchel charges from these rice paddies at our men. That is incredible. Bill says, have I ever played Command Ops 2? I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Jungle people, he says. What, the Montagnards? I think those are more mountain people. Charging is a terrible idea, he says. All right, I'm going to trust him, so we're just going to keep firing. And hope that we get another lucky shot. We've already killed 2, so let's hope we can kill more. I think, ooh, we can spot them from here. Okay, fair enough. Can't fire the M79 because it's a bit too close. Oh, double up the squads into Hex and charge them with that. So, see, that's what I'm going to try to do next turn. It's kind of a bit late now. But yeah, I'll just bring these units in and charge. He's already pinned. He's already lost some men. There's 6 men in that squad. If we bring these guys forward, we can make it happen. But first, we're going to have to wait, I think, a turn or two. Just want to move 3 section up, get this squad up. The officer can stay there, I don't mind. Oh, okay. Let's fire. Oh, nice. Disrupted. And I think we just destroyed that enemy unit. Just to make sure I'm still firing in that area. My men are a bit battle crazy right now, but seems to be working. Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, let's end the turn, I believe. Satchel charges, man, that's insane. I've never had that used against me in this game, but isn't that just so crazy? Like, just imagine you're in a rice paddy, you're firing at VC like 50 feet away, and they're throwing satchel charges at you. That's insane. They managed to kill or wound 8 to 10 of our men just doing that. There we go. They're still throwing satchel charges. They are still throwing those damn satchel charges at us. All right, back to our turn here. We have more support. And let's see, I think Tomato was saying we've got to get a lot closer for that, for those mortars to work. So I think I might wait. I might also just wing it, and every now and then I do get lucky and actually manage to kill quite a few of them. But what we really need to do is a grand, glorious charge, and I hope everybody's in on it. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get in on it. Let's go. Yes, beautiful. Although, in that charge, we lost... actually, no, sorry. Left is the enemy, right is us. So we lost 2 men. We killed 5 or wounded 5 enemies, and we forced them into the river. So this is not bad, I think. We'll have to see. I'm also going to move the vehicle up. See if we can fire. Let's take a look if we can even spot them. Oh, yes. They've caused us so much anguish, this battle. But now the question is do we go across the river? I think we need to try and take that spot right there. I think we actually need to go across the river, and that's a terrifying aspect. Or prospect, I should say. It scares me. Let's see if he can spot the guys in the river. He certainly can, so now we can just completely light these guys up. Now, they're pinned, and they're also taking cover in the river. So I'm guessing they're trying to swim, but we just hit one of them. Or trying to stay under the water. You know, that thing. Let's see if they bring any more men up, or if that's all they've got. Ooh. He's still got a little bit of fight left in him. Yeah, they're dug in, Bill, for sure. When you guys see that yellow, or excuse me, that white line underneath the unit card, that means that they're on the ground. So pretty much all of our men, except for this group right here, are taking cover. These guys as well, but I've got the defenses of the village itself. Although, yeah, that's not going to necessarily save you. We do what we can, you know? Alright. That's going to be it for there. And again, since this guy's in the woods and also taking cover, it's very tough to hit him. Also, the distance, I think, is an issue. Alright, let's end the turn. So far, so good. I mean, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Rambling Exile says, this reminds me of Ken Burns' Vietnam documentary where they interviewed an NBA officers detailing how they bushwhacked an American attack. I saw Ken Burns' Vietnam. Great stuff. I don't remember that part just because it's been so long, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me. The booby traps even my dad told me about are amazing. But I never thought to use a satchel charge as a defensive weapon. That's amazing. That's just nuts. I feel like we're playing Rising Storm 2 here instead of John Tiller's Vietnam. All right, so we can still get shots at that guy. I'm going to stay put for now. Tomato, what do you think? Do we have to make it across that river, or do we just stay here and keep the 5? Got everybody trying to just wipe that unit out. It's only 3 men, so an original squad of 10 men down to 3. But I still feel more comfortable him being destroyed. Trying to get this guy over here to the woods. And I might actually just move these guys to the woods, assuming we need to make that charge, and I think we do. So we might have to take some risks here. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Gonna get into the woods here. We're gonna have to charge across into this area and retake the village. And you know what? I'm gonna surprise the enemy. Yeah, baby. Australia. That was beautiful. So we just charged the guys on the river and took the position. And we're gonna do the same with the rest of our men. So this is a nice counter charge. I don't know how well it's gonna work out, so wish me luck. I think Tomato's probably cringing right now. He's like, oh my god, this is going to be bad. But I have faith in our men. I think we can make it across. Let's get the rest of them up. Actually, these guys don't really need to take cover. Just run. Get to the battle. No, come on. Sorry. Oh, they're disrupted. Yeah, these guys are really messed up, man. Really messed up. I don't even know if they're going to really help us in a fight. We've got pretty much as much artillery as we need. We don't actually have as much as we need. As you can see here, we've got like an allotment of missions, but it's a lot. It's quite a lot. So we're just calling pretty much the equivalent here of Broken Arrow. So one man down there already. That's not good. The War Game community calls a bad trade, but well village taken. Exactly. That's quite possible. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. So it's sort of like a separate part of the fight. Okay. All right, we got that support. We might as well call it in. Just kind of hope we get lucky before we make a charge across. And again, they could have been back here that we haven't yet spotted. It is possible. All right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Come on now. We are still taking cover, so we're not moving super fast. Here we go. And beautiful work. It looks like we managed to take that position, completely destroy that enemy. We're making it across the river, but we're doing it slowly, as you can see. Not really forcing our men to move too quickly. In fact, we'll even try to fire here if I can spot them. Let me see. And I can actually spot them, so let's return fire. There we go. Leaving behind that machine gun is no fun. Well, actually, that's not our machine gun. That's their machine gun, the DSHK. So that's from their unit that was lost there at the river. Absolutely wonderful. Got a vehicle with us and everything. Alright, come on. Get up. Yeah, he's not going to come with us, so we're just going to have to take the APC here. Not a problem. Whoa! I think they've got some potential anti-tank rounds here. And no, this isn't a tank, but it will blow up even quicker than a tank will. Let's return fire. Yeah, he's definitely got something there. Yeah, pretty much. I think you're right, Ahriman, is pretty much we're going to be moving through buildings, kind of an urban, well, suburban assault, anyway, through this village. And I think these guys can pull it off, especially these two groups of units. They've been very brave throughout this fight. All right, let's go. Whoa. All right, we finally spotted the officer there. And he's got a PPSH. That's definitely a PPSH. So we can actually spot the VC officer. I think killing him would really help us. We've got plenty of officers. They probably only have a couple. Go Australian, says Chase Dolan. Absolutely, man. Alright, support is available. And yeah, Tomato saying, as far as that machine gun that we found, he said he used something similar in his John Tiller World War I game. Yeah, it's pretty old stuff. Definitely not new technology. Let's move. Oh, we are so close, boys. We are so close. I can taste victory. And this guy, I'm just going to keep firing with the 30 cal over here into the jungle. Hopefully it eventually hits that target. And if we can spot them from over here, I'll also keep these guys firing. Well, actually, you know what? They're on a river tile. That's no good. Instead, we'll go for an assault. Get across the river, boys. Come on. This disrupted unit, I'm just going to keep them here. The same with this disrupted unit, the guys that have been through the worst part of the fighting. I'm going to keep them on our other victory point. And the rest of these boys can move across. Okay. Oh, it's awfully close now. They are just not standing on their point, as far as I can tell. So we just move in there and turn it into pretty much a firing position. All right, we just lost one guy there. Not the officer, thankfully, but they did get a hit. And I don't even know if we should use support at this point. I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to charge their officer, but I might charge him with these, not quite 30 men, but pretty damn close next turn. So I'm going to start pushing them forward. Same with these men and these men right here. We'll just grab everybody and start pushing forward and taking this location. Why can't they... Huh, maybe if we... That's weird. I see the vehicle can't move through the jungle. And you can see the actual 30 cal machine gun here is starting to wear down, believe it or not. This, and I'm suspecting if we look at the guns of our men, not these men, but these over here, they're doing okay, actually. I suspect that they'd be down to 50%. Pretty much your gun has a certain condition rating, and again, thank you to Tomato. He pretty much taught me this game, and it's, you know, as you're firing your weapon over a long period of time without cleaning it, etc., you could get to a point where you can't even fire your weapon, or it's just going to perform really poorly. We're not at that point yet, but we could get to it. I'm seeing some of the enemy weapons, or some of our own weapons, I should say, with not the best durability, but now that I look at it, it might be because these guys were hit and wounded, and perhaps their weapon was damaged in the process. Because the guys there at the front line, they're doing all right. Their weapons are fine. Okay. Do we make a charge? I say yes. We'll have to wait till the next turn, but I think I am going to make a charge. I wonder if we get a different victory music for winning as Australia, or if it's just going to be the typical music. Not that the John Tiller music is bad. It's really, really old school. It's like MIDI music, pretty much. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is what I was worried about. So we've got some VC behind us. That's why we kept some guys there on the other point. Oh my goodness. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this officer and the radio operator. And everybody is going to stay right there on that point. Just defend it. We've also got some VC out here. So if anything, we'll call in artillery strikes. Try to call in artillery strikes over to the east, perhaps. So let's call this one. Let's call this one. We'll just call them all. And maybe we'll keep the last one for a special occasion. Go ahead and open fire on them as well. Looks like we can't spot them. Can we return fire? You can see the condition of the weapons here is terrible. No, he can't spot him. Shame on me. I should have checked first. Just assumed he could. As for these guys, the glorious Lieutenant Sims. I think he can carry out a really nice attack here, and we can take out the enemy officer. Yes, we did it. Beautiful. Unfortunately, as you can see, our M113 APC is a wreck. It was totally destroyed in the assaults. Probably with those enemy satchel charges, if I had to guess. So what we're going to do now is just defend our locations to the last man. And since we've got a group of near 30 men here, I am going to charge this location too. Ooh, they held. All right. Very brave. If I could charge with these guys, I would. If I can still drop, then that's what I'm going to do, so that they're at least covered this turn. No, we got to get closer. We're dedicating, pretty much dedicating our APCs to just that unit. So I would definitely like to sneak up on him and wipe him out, which is what I'm going to do next turn. Could actually get some shots. Let's see. Can we do it now? Oh, okay. We got lucky. Yeah, baby. Killed 2 of them. Lost no men, and they are demoralized. Let's see what weapons they dropped there. They dropped an RPG and an SKS. That RPG, they've been firing that thing since the start of the damn game. I'm going to move these guys back to the village, now that we've spotted some enemies behind us and some enemies over here. I thought we were just going to get an easy victory, but it looks like nope. It looks like we still have quite a few enemies to deal with. Had a John Tiller Civil War game that I borrowed from my neighbor when I was a kid, says Bill. I've never played that. I would love to try it out. This is my first John Tiller game ever. Shout out John Tiller. They're actually the only company that's pretty conservative with their keys. They were kind enough to give me the key for this, but they pretty much told me, like, you know, don't ask for any more. So I think the next time I get a John Tiller game, I'm going to probably go for the World War I one or the Spanish Civil War. They both look really amazing. The World War I looks amazing, just absolutely amazing. Let's see. Can we spot him? Nope. Nope. Man, this guy just kind of popped up out of nowhere. Seemingly out of nowhere. Now, we can spot him with this unit, but I think they're only going to get one shot. Nonetheless, they can finally do something. We can kind of finally put them to use. All right, ending the turn. Oh boy, another VC squad. Another VC squad, and since our guy is pinned, they're getting some very nice shots. Oh boy. That's intense. Alright, we got some support. Sorry. We don't have any reinforcements. I wish we did. Come on, man. Come on. Ooh, that's hitting really close to our guys. That could have easily killed one of our units. That was not wise. Okay, actually, I'm going to try to go back here. We can't charge this turn, but we can at least fire at this disrupted unit. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Can we charge? Because it's a jungle tile. Yeah, there's not really much we can do. And since we're pinned here, we're not going to be doing any charges while we're pinned. So we'll fire at the new enemy unit here that's just arrived. See if we can fill him full of lead. And we'll try to get these guys around for a flank attack. I'll leave that unit right there. Okay, we're going to move the vehicles closer. I can't believe they can actually maneuver through these rice paddies. That's amazing. I'd like to try to get this guy into cover, but it's going to be tough. So we'll kind of move him back, and these guys are just going to stay put here. In fact, with the radio operator, I'm going to order them to take cover and pretty much just hold this position. We'll take this unit. He's the only one that can spot that VC approaching, but I do want to maybe move him into this forest area, so let me do that now, actually. He could still spot the enemy, but he's got a little better cover here. Right. Light him up, boys. Alright, pinned. I think that's still the same pinned unit. Ooh, that was aggressive. They're kind of funneling their way through 2 of our groups of units. We've got to do something about it. And again, the 30 cal might save us here. Just the 30 cal in that vehicle might be able to wipe these guys out. If they start using those satchel charges, though, I'm going to lose my mind. I really don't want to have to deal with satchel charges. So since we're pinned again, we can't do the charge. It's so frustrating. We'll just open fire. Yeah, it's no longer a charge fight. At this point, it's all exchanging fire. We got lucky enough. We did cause 1 casualty there, killed 1 of them. They are pinned, but we need to do even better than that. And I'm thinking we got to move this guy up. We've got still some men that are doing okay morale-wise, but we're going to have to order them to stand up and move, unfortunately, right into the line of fire, as you can see. I'll have them drop once again back into the rice paddy. And as long as the enemy's not going to attack us over here, I'm not going to look for a fight. Because I just want to hold the position, honestly. Pinned? Beautiful. Might as well use our arty. I wonder how it would perform out here. There's literally berserk charges in the Squad Battles manual. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. This is a very, very fun game to play. Let's see. This guy might be able to come in for a charge next turn. Get behind them and go for the kill. But we'll see how they react. This is their land. Oh my goodness, look at how many are approaching here from the east. I don't think they can make it here in time, but had those guys gotten there before, wow. Would have been just massacred. Oh, I think we just killed a unit there. Or at least got him to retreat. Alright. Unfortunately, we're still pinned, but I'm just going to continue firing. Nice! Got another one, guys. Wow, look at those weapons on the ground. An RPG on the ground. We're doing okay here. And again, we're not really going to see the casualties until we actually walk up on them or, you know, end the mission. But what I'm going to do is try and get this flank attack. Ooh, we found a disrupted unit. Let's just kind of ignore him. Go for it, boys. Yes, killed him and lost no men. This is what they get when they mess with Australia. Killed another one of them. Absolutely beautiful, guys. So now they're down to 5 men in that squad. I think on this front, we are winning for sure. Can actually even take one of the units out of here and send them into the jungle. Look for some more enemies. Going for the charge. 9 men. The section. Oh, okay. This time didn't do so well. Yeah, we definitely lost 2 men there. Not my greatest, not my finest hour. I need to remember this is not a Hollywood movie. No, I'm not gonna fire from there, but this guy might as well just continue firing this group here. And look at that. That's making me nervous. Another enemy unit right here. Getting awfully close to one of our radio operators, too. So let me actually move this section back across. And as for... Move one of these sections out to assist with the fight. A lot of enemy weapons here. Please, guys, also make sure to hit that like button and hit that bell. It always is good for notifications. It seems YouTube is not a fan of sending out notifications for this channel, at least for single upload videos. Do we charge? No. So since that's a fresh unit, I'm not going to charge. I'm just going to exchange fire. Ooh, nice return fire there. Okay, now I'm pissed. You know what? I take that back. I am going to charge. Good work. Good work. Thanks to the bravery of first section here. We actually killed 2 of them and forced them back. And I think we can also finish off this VC unit completely as well. 4 dead on the enemy side. But it doesn't look like we broke through. Kind of shocking. Might as well call in the rest of our arty if we have any left, and I think we do. So one good thing about this mission is we have a tremendous amount of arty. Sometimes, when you're playing a mission, you know, you only get, for instance, like 2 chances, or especially with airstrikes, you might only get 1 airstrike for the entire mission. Here we seem to have a pretty liberal use of artillery. Oh yeah, it's insane. This game has a lot of is an extremely detailed game, for sure. Ahriman, it's amazing. Now it's just fire at anything you see and survive to the very end. At least that's kind of my goal right now. Oh my goodness, look at that. The enemy officer just appeared out of nowhere. Enemy officer enters the chat. Look at that. He just suddenly appeared as I was firing. We've got to do something about that. See, that could be a great opportunity for a charge. Just wipe out the officer. It would really help us out, I think. And you know what? I think these guys have it covered. We should bring 3rd section back. They should be helping out in this fight.
Don't come.
I don't know if you guys see that, but that officer just merged with a squad. We've got 2 enemy officers now. This is their final push for sure. The other thing about this game, for anybody that likes AARs, I think even Tomato may have written a few. This game is so good for AARs since there's such a high level of detail. Like, for instance, over here, when we were getting those satchel charges thrown at us, you know, that's something you don't see in a lot of strategy games, especially with, like, you know, I guess, like, turn-based strategy. So if you want to write an AAR or something regarding this battle, feel free. I'd appreciate it. Or if you want to do your own battle and write an AAR, this is the game to do it with. It's really good for that. Right, what I'm going to do, it's a bit suicidal, but that's kind of my nature, is light this guy up with 2 different squads, or groups of units, really groups of squads, and then charge with this guy. I don't know if it's going to work. We better hope it does. Okay, we actually disrupted him. on, son. I think we may have killed the officer. Unless the officer left, we killed the officer. Come on, son. Yes, we did it. Still 9 men in this unit, and look at that. I thought it was a PPSH. I was mistaken. It's an MAT-49 submachine gun that they were using against us. I'm not even familiar with that weapon, honestly. Let's fire at that officer, see if we can kill him. He just dropped on the ground. Did you guys see that? As soon as we fired, he dropped. He did not want to get shot. Who does, right? I don't like that those guys are advancing, but I feel that we have enough men here to defend against such an advance. Worst case scenario, we can move this squad over here and try and help defend, but I think this group can actually do pretty well. I did just fire at a village, didn't I? Let's ignore that. Let's ignore that, folks. That never happened. Yeah, I'm going to stay put. Although I've changed my mind once again, I am going to bring this unit across now that I see them moving. Ah, we've got some reactionary fire as they try to cross the rice paddy here. It looks like our boys are seeing them, so that's a good sign. At least we can shoot at them, hopefully pin them or disrupt them so they don't even attempt to charge these points. Oh my goodness, more satchels. I mean, I think we'll go down as heroes of Australia if we win this battle, since there are so many VC, but the amount of losses is unforgivable. I think it is. We'll have to wait and see. You guys are the ultimate judges, so of course we can always play again and do better. But I want to see a victory. I'm still going to be happy with a victory. I am such a World War I style general. Like, yes, I might lose, 100,000 men, but I won, didn't I? Did I actually win the battle? Yes. That's all that matters. Yeah, Raymond says, seems like this is going to be a firm mission accomplished, even though losses probably were a bit too high. Exactly. I think you're absolutely right. Still would have been frowned upon. And I think, really, the worst losses were the damn satchel charge losses here. It had to be 9 or 10 of our men that were killed or wounded by just one squad of BC tossing satchel charges from this rice paddy into this rice paddy. That is absolutely gangster. I don't have any other word for it. It's just gangster. It's brutal. So I think they did a really good job there. And yes, we can actually spot them over here. We can't really spot them. We're still going to fire in that general direction. Yeah, because the rice paddy's kind of hard to actually see over here. And of course, I'll move this unit into position. I don't know how these guys survived this entire time. It's just one man. We're kind of firing into the darkness here, and we almost hit our own unit. Got to be careful doing that when you don't have a line of sight. Okay, let's end the turn. We're very close to victory. Looks like their reinforcements got here a bit late, but look at that. Look at the Eastern Victory Point, guys. Got a VC unit right outside our 9-man squad here. We're not going to charge them. We're just going to fire. Killed one of them. Nice. But we got disrupted ourselves. They got a hell of a machine gun there. It's got to be another one of those SMGs. Actually, we see 3 dropped weapons. We could have taken out quite a few of their units there. Look at that return fire. Man, that is definitely a unit you would use for a charge. Maybe we shouldn't even have fired. Just lost another man there in a firefight. Not good. Those satchel charges, I know what you said hurt. I can't say the word because it's YouTube. But yeah, they did. Exactly the word I would use. Absolutely amazing, man. That was just, like, so freaking brave for the VC to do that. That's kamikaze status right there. Like, they knew they were going to get overrun and killed here in this field. There's no way they could outrun our Marines. Wait, we're playing as Australians. It might be Australian Marines, but I think it's Australian Army. They might try to outrun our Army units, but there's no way they could. They had to get across this river. They had to get out of the rice paddy. So they figured, let's just fill a few bags up with a bunch of grenades and explosives and throw them at the Australians. And it seemed to work pretty well, I must say. It seemed to work very well, actually. A little too well, if you ask me. Oh, they are pushing. They are pushing for our victory point. Better hope that our guy can actually hold on here. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is gonna be scary. Alright, so we've got 9 men and an officer, Lieutenant Williams here. I think they can hold it. I really do. I believe in them. Got this guy killed one of them. We've got them pretty much surrounded by a bunch of our men. So let's just fire at them. Another one down. Those 30 cals are going to melt. Look at that, guys. 26%. The 30 cals are going to melt before the end of the round. And I think we've held them here well enough. It's a brutal gun. We spot that unit approaching. Nope. Hold until relieved, men. Got everybody focused on that unit. Time limit reached. Okay. Allied major defeat. So even though we took the points, as we can see there, guys, the leader losses, the enemy lost 59 men, 3 leaders. We lost 3 leaders, 62 men. Almost the exact same casualties, and that's unacceptable for a body count. And of course, in Vietnam, body counts are very important there. Pretty much matched the enemy in terms of casualties. What a vicious fight. Would have made a pretty cool Hollywood action movie, but in terms of a battle, we got crushed. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun. I had fun streaming this. This is, again, one of those games that we don't often get to see, period. It's pretty rare. And thank you so much, Armand, for sticking around. Everybody else for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I mean this seriously, guys. If you want to help the channel, the best thing you can do is whatever video I upload, just comment on it. It helps so much with the YouTube algorithm. That's like so important right now. Even if your comment is just like, hi Agrippa, or what's up, I don't care what it is. I'm telling you, if you guys comment on those videos, we're going to get more subscribers, more views. It's going to really be great. So thank you again for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one. I love that MIDI music, by the way. That MIDI music is the best. Hey, Ken Doggy, good to see you. All right, time to go put on some more MIDI music in the background. Thank you, Ojiv. Who can name the song that's being played right now? Come on, man. If I get a copyright strike for a MIDI version of this song, I'm gonna go insane. Alright, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. If you do know the song, put it in the comments down below. I'm sure somebody's gonna catch it. And I'm gonna go listen to it now, actually, for real. And see you next time. I hope everybody is staying safe.